What's up, Tiger Gang? It's JT from the Poco Moonshine family. We're back again with another episode of Chatting with Carnivores. Today we got Alicia, the Baroness of Beef. How you doing?
I am so good, JT. I'm so excited. As I told you before we started, this is my very first live. So yeah, really ready.
That's exciting, you guys. She's doing a first time thing for you guys, right in front of you guys, and she's gonna kill it. I just know it. So let's
And
get
she, yeah,
started. Where are you
let's,
from,
let's.
and where are you at now, location wise, Alicia?
As you can probably tell from my accent, I am in Australia. Yes, I'm in Sydney, Australia.
Sydney. What's your favorite thing about Australia?
Oh gosh, probably our weather. I really, really love Australian weather. I would say the food, but if you saw the standard Australian diet, not so much. And I love the sense of humor that Australians have. You know, we're larrikins, we're big on joking, and humor is such a part of our culture. So yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I love the accents. I just can't get enough of it. Crocodile Dundee and all of them. That's not a knife. That's not a ribeye. This is a ribeye.
Yes, yes. And I wanted to apologize, everyone. I'm on my mobile phone, so I can't tip it. So sorry if I'm a little bit smaller than JT is.
Hey, that's all right. You're on the carnivore diet. You're looking thin. You're looking good. It's got a skinny frame going on. No reason we need a wide frame. Not on the carnivore diet. So
Awesome.
take us back. What got you into the carnivore diet?
Well, that's certainly a journey. I came into carnivore like most people through the keto loophole.
Mhm.
Um, I suffer from a medical condition called adenomyosis, which is basically, in layman's terms, the ugly sister of endometriosis. So it's invasive uterine tissue growth where it's not meant to be.
Mhm.
Mine has broken through into my uterine wall. You can imagine how much pain and discomfort that causes. For years, I had no idea what was wrong with me. I thought that I was an unlucky woman with a terrible cycle. But then I got into a specialist and they pinpointed what was going on. I spent probably the best part of 10 years on daily opioids, heavy
Mm.
opioids, just simply to be able to function. And then I combined the CBD with, sorry, the opioids with CBD oil to try and get even more relief. And I got a little relief, but it's so not sustainable in this country. It's about $500 for under 3 months worth of medication. So, yeah. So I had to change tack and I had to really think because I was on the cusp of going for a hysterectomy because I just could not deal with the pain anymore. And a hysterectomy is basically the only total cure. But I've always known there's something really powerful about nutrition. And just on a whim, I jumped online and I started researching diets for endometriosis, adenomyosis, and things like PCOS. I was really interested to see if there was an effect, and it seemed that there was. And I found keto, and I was like, I'm willing to give this a try. It was really skewed from the norm of my diet. I come from a very carb heavy standard bro science bodybuilding diet, really heavy in oxalates, just, carbohydrates are the number one thing you should be getting in. So I was like, you know what, I'll try it. And keto worked okay. I did see some good results. But the real problem for me is that keto really made me realize how sugar addicted I was. I didn't think I was a sugar addict until I flicked over to keto because I cut out the sugars and I was replacing everything with keto desserts, lots of stevia, lots of fake away food. And I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've been in recovery this Christmas Eve for 8 years. And I was starting to display addict behavior in line with eating these sugar replacements. So I was like, okay, the pain is a little bit less, but I now have this problem of this overriding need. Like I just didn't even care about eating dinners. All I wanted to do was eat dessert. So I knew there was a problem. So of course you jump back online and you go down all those rabbit holes and I stumbled across carnivore and the first thing I thought was that's mental. And I was like, what, how can you just only eat meat and animal products? And I was like, whoa. But then I was like, you know what? I've been prepared to accept keto, and that's obviously done something. And there's something maybe a little more distilled down and prescriptive about carnivore. So I was like, I'll give it a go for 7 days. That was the huge level of my commitment at that stage. And at the end of those 7 days, I had stopped taking my pain medication at a time where
Wow.
I probably needed to take it the most. So I was like, wow, okay, maybe I'm just having a good week, or whatever. I'm gonna go back on keto because I was still chasing sugar. I was still completely focused on that. I went back to keto. The sugar cravings got worse. The addictive behavior got worse. And I just like, I can't go on with this element as well as the pain in my life. So what am I going to do? And I was like, that carnivore thing really did something. Like there's something in there. So I was like, I'm going to go back on it for another 7 days. And at the end of that 7 days, if the same thing is happening again, this is the diet for me. And what do you think happened at the end of those 7 days?
You aced
Here
it,
we
huh?
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So it's,
amazing.
yeah. And, to be free of taking a daily medication like that is incredible to me. Adenomyosis for me will never be cured, but the fact that I can live a happy, basically pain-free life now and not have to go through a really massive life-changing surgery is incredible, and all through changing the nutrition.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
opioids that's hard to kick once you've been on them for years. And I
yeah.
bet you're not only feeling better, but you're probably getting more done.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I am like a little energizer bunny. I'm a little pocket rocket. Once I'm up and out of bed, I make use of all the hours in my day. I don't want to waste a single moment because life is there for living, and I wasn't living before. I
Mm.
was like, I just was not thriving. And, now it doesn't matter what's thrown at me. I really feel like I can take everything in stride and manage. And, you know, carnivore isn't the fix for everyone, and it's not going to magically erase all your issues, but it will give you an absolutely fighting chance in that regard. It's it's not just living now not on pain medication. I have autoimmune psoriasis, which has receded dramatically, and nothing was changing that before. It used to be really broken and red and bleeding at times.
Mm.
It's still there, but I don't deal with that same level of inflammation in my body. Yeah.
That's amazing. So, what's your uh, favorite thing about carnivore? Or favorite benefit you've received besides the getting off the pills?
Look, there's so many benefits. I love the way my skin looks at 43 years old. I probably have the best skin I've ever had in my life. I love the simplicity of carnivore. I love the fact I don't have to stress about what to prep for a meal, and hours in the kitchen that I used to spend making these elaborate meals. It's simple, and it's food freedom. And that's probably one of the things I love about it the most.
Mm. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people say it's restrictive, but when it gives you, I'm not like prepping meals and then figuring out what are the ingredients and then or sitting there wondering what are we gonna eat, where are we gonna go. I feel like it might be restrictive in their opinion, but it's kind of freeing when you actually try it and you can just eat a steak or eat some meat and then be full and feel satisfied and just move on with your day. Um, Now, as part of moving on with your day, what do you do for work?
I am currently in ladies fashion retail. So yeah, it's all about moving in my job. It's actually quite a physical job, which you wouldn't think, but I probably end up averaging around between 20 to 30,000 steps easily a day, just because
Wow.
I'm on my feet all day. I'm moving, I'm, doing visual merchandising, managing a team, all those types of things. So I need that energy. And carnivore definitely provides that. I mean, how can you not feel great and have all that energy when you're running on ketones rather than sugar?
Yeah. Yeah, so you feel like you're doing your job better, having more fun at it.
Yeah, I feel more engaged and more focused than I ever did. There's no more of that 3 p.m. crash where you're like, oh, I've got to have a biscuit now or something to lift me out of that. That smooth, consistent energy all day is incredible.
And what are you doing for exercise or working out?
So I have been bodybuilding since 2015. Uh, that was in response to getting sober. When I got sober, I ended up piling on a lot of weight. I was really listless. I had no focus. I had no kind of goal, and I just really wasn't feeling too good. I mean, the alcohol had gone, and that was brilliant, but I didn't know what to fill my time with anymore. And I walked into a bodybuilding supplement store, and I saw this like body transformation poster with this smiling, muscular woman on it. And I looked at her and I was like, I want to look like that. I'm going to enter that competition. And so I did. And that was pretty much the start of my lifting journey. So my workouts now are usually 4 times a week. I train for up to an hour and I do different body part splits. And that's pretty much my main exercise apart from going on just very simple walks. I do not slam my body with cardio. I'm not looking to cut any weight at the moment. I spent years and years and years, pummeling a treadmill and getting absolutely nowhere. And if you really want to see those long-term changes in your physique, start picking up the weights. That's where the body recomp really happens.
Hmm. And get on the carnivore diet too, right?
Yeah, well, added bonus.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have more energy now to work out than you did previously on your other diet?
Yeah, I can actually train completely fasted now, and I could not do that before. When I was on the standard Australian diet, that was just unfathomable to me.
Do you
And
eat before you work out or after?
sometimes I won't eat before the workout. I'll train first thing in the morning, and I've still got plenty of energy in the tank. It depends on the day and what I'm training, and if my body signals that I'm hungry, I'll have a couple of eggs, maybe around an hour or two before I train, and then I'll hit it. But yeah, a lot of fasted training for me at the moment, and that works really well for me.
Now you mentioned eggs. What way you would you have them cooked the rest of your life if you could only have them one way?
Scrambled for sure.
Yeah, scrambled. Let's
Yeah.
go. What about you guys in the comments? Put in there what way do you want your eggs cooked? If you could only have them done one way the rest of your life, let us know. What's your favorite cut of steak? Favorite cut of beef?
Oh, I do love picanha, as we were talking about
Yeah, that
earlier.
pecan pie. Yeah.
Pecan pie, low carb pecan pie. That's probably my favorite, just because the fat, man. I cannot tell you how good that is. And being a woman who has been fat starved for most of her life, the fact that that's like 70 to 80% of my diet now is just heaven. It's just bomb. I do like a ribeye. In Australia, we call them Scotch fillet.
Scotch
I'm not
Phillip?
Scotch fillet. I'm not too sure why. Someone will probably say why in the chat. Sorry guys, I can't actually see the chat at the moment to engage with you because I'm on my mobile phone. But yeah, they're probably my two favorites, and I just love ground beef. Like, how easy and awesome is ground beef? It's like a classic staple.
Yeah, it's amazing. You guys, if you got any questions for her, please put it in the comments and put a Q in front of it. It's a little easier for me to read because there's already a bunch of questions. And
We
just
love questions.
yeah, it's a little easier for me to see them though. But let me pull up your channel. I do want to pull that up here.
Sure.
Now, explain to us how did you get this title, the Baroness of Beef? How'd you come up with that?
It just popped into my head one day. You start a YouTube channel and you're like, you got to have something that's kind of shticky or quippy, and I just thought like Alicia MacArthur nutrition sounded very boring and very dry. And if anyone's seen my channel, you'll know that I'm not a very dry person. If you've seen my shorts, I like to have a little bit of fun and inject humor in.
Yeah,
And
don't watch my shorts if it might totally change your opinion of me. That's for sure.
I'm seeing a lot of your shorts, JT.
Oh
Not at
boy,
all. Not at
oh
all.
boy.
They're very endearing. So it popped into my head. I was like, what's kind of catchy? And I was like, Baroness of Beef. And everyone I told it to burst out laughing. And I was like, aha, you'll never forget it. Right. I'm the Baroness of Beef.
Love it, love it. And I do have, I think I have it tagged in. Let me just double check the YouTube title, your handle, so people can click that. Let me just double check before I open my big mouth. Yes, I do. Yeah,
Yay.
I got it. I got it tagged in there. You guys, you can click on the YouTube title of this video, and her YouTube handle is right in there in blue letters, and you can click on that and go right to her channel and subscribe. Now, I just want to see. Let's check out for some questions here.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
absolutely. Let's go.
Rick's in here. We got the King of Ducks.
Hey, Rick.
Jerome Armstrong. Daddy has entered the chat. What's up, dude? What's up, Jerome?
Hey, Daddy.
Eggs are the best from the duckies. Okay, Rick likes duck eggs. Have you ever had duck eggs,
I was
Alicia?
just about to say, no, I don't think I've ever had them. So, yeah, that's definitely something on the list to try.
Just keep terrorizing these chickens out here every time after time. I've never had duck eggs. Where is Australia? Is that near Canada?
Sure, Aid. How are you, mate?
It's down
I
under.
know Aid very well.
I was just telling Alicia that when I think of Australia, I think of Finding Nemo, because Nemo got kidnapped and taken to Australia.
He did, yeah. Wallaby Lane.
Yep,
Hey, Susie, good to see you.
I forgot what it was. 177 something Wallaby Lane. She kept saying it. I was like, it's stuck in my head. I want to go there one day and see where the hell that is. Susie, how you doing? Carrie, hey my friends. Alicia, how's tomorrow going?
It's the future is wonderful. Come on over.
Yes, it hasn't exploded yet, you guys. We're doing
No.
all right. We still have some hope out here. Let's see. Get my big fingers a click here. Well, now what are your plans for Thanksgiving coming up?
We don't do Thanksgiving here.
No?
No, no. That's an
You guys are just
American thing,
thankful
I
all year
believe.
round, huh?
Ah, totally. Yeah. But I love hearing about what you guys do. What are you and the fam up to?
I'm not sure whose house we're going to yet. Right now, there's a lot of arguments on where we're going or what we're going to eat, because for them, it's all about the food. But I said, I don't care
Yeah.
where we go as long as they serve steak.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going to a place
100%.
that doesn't serve steak, I'll go, but I'll sit there and just stare at you guys and make you feel uncomfortable while you eat. But as long as I can have a steak, I don't care where we go. I'll be just fine.
Yeah. That's kind of my stipulation when I go out. So yeah.
But Rick says he's frying up a duck for Thanksgiving. I don't know if I'll do that, but I definitely probably gonna have a ribeye. That's
I
for sure.
tried cooking duck once and it was a disaster. I had no idea what I was doing. It's
Really?
like served up this thing. I'm like, I'm sorry.
What's your favorite thing to cook up on the carnivore diet? Is it the picanha?
Yeah, it's probably the picanha. I do this like really lazy meal called the cheeseburger omelet, which is essentially just two smash patties in a pan, scrambled eggs over the top, cheese, and then I just cook it. And it's the best thing ever. It's so simple and so
Hmm.
tasty, and it looks so ugly. Like, how ugly is carnivore food to look at? Like, nothing looks attractive because
Yeah,
it's just meat on plates with yellow and some
yeah.
butter. So
But it's so good though. It's so
it
delicious.
is.
They
It
just have to
is.
give it a try. Are you taking any electrolytes on your diet?
No, so I was in the beginning. I had a lot of electrolyte disturbance. It took me about a good 6 months to sort that out. The only time I will maybe have some element is if I've done a really heavy workout and I know that I'm going to have a bit of a disturbance. But largely, I just salt to taste. I will take magnesium, and I do have taurine in my water as well. So that seems to keep me on a pretty even keel.
Yeah, I don't take electrolytes. I just salt my food quite a bit, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen your salting. I was like, ooh,
Yeah,
somebody likes that.
it gets people upset. They're like they get so upset. Usually most things I do on shorts just upset or piss people off. There's like nothing in between. They either love them or hate them, so that's okay.
Yeah,
We got another vote for scrambled eggs. We got a
yes.
sunny side up eggs. Ooh,
Ooh,
over easy. I'm just a scrambled guy. When there's too
yeah,
much
so am
egg
I.
whites together, I don't like the smell of like when you hard boil an egg, to me it just totally changes the smell of the egg from
Yeah,
when it's
it
scrambled.
does. Yeah.
And that
Every
smell
time,
just
yeah.
turns me off. I'm like, nope, I'm all good.
Yeah, look,
I'm
it's
all
not the
good.
nicest. I have to apologize when I'm at work when I open my lunch if I've got boiled eggs in there because everyone's like, "Oh man," I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, they do have a certain smell. Australia, Scotch fillet or rib fillet, but the industry name is cube roll. Whoa, whoa,
Ah,
whoa, whoa, whoa. Cube rolls, Scotch fillets. I never even knew none of that. See, I learn everything. I learn something new every interview here. I really do.
yeah. Thanks for that aid. You're a fountain of knowledge, my friend. I gotta try
Let's
blue tongue.
Jerome Armstrong. Have you ever tried blood tongue?
Oh, blood tongue. Sweet.
Zungenwurst? It's like blood pudding with tongue added. If not, what would it take for you to try it? That's a good question.
Um, yeah, it would take a lot for me, but I'm willing to try anything.
What's the wildest thing you think you've tried on carnivore?
Probably nothing too crazy, to be honest. I'm not a big organ girl. I don't eat liver. I don't eat anything that my palate or my body doesn't want. Um, so I've thought about it just to try and see how I felt, and yeah, but I haven't eaten like goanna or crocodile or anything like that. Not because I don't want to. It's just the opportunities aren't really presented to me. The supermarket. I think you can get some slightly different things. I did like kangaroo at one stage. Roo
Yeah, these
was not too bad.
cooking up some roux.
Cooking up some roo. Um, but it's very lean. It's a very lean meat, so you really need to add a lot of fat to it. But
Was it the
yeah,
tail or what part of the roux?
I think it was some kind of steak off it. They sell it at the supermarket cut into steaks, or you can get sausages, which you kind of need to make sure you read the ingredients because a lot of the time there's fillers or rice flour and things like that. So I try to steer clear of anything that just isn't a single source product because sometimes you just don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, breakfast. It's one of my guilty pleasures is breakfast sausages. Even though sometimes I'll have like a carb in there, and I'm like, I don't care. Give me my sausages. I don't give a shit. Like,
La 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 la. I don't see or hear you, carbs. Yeah.
right, right. So I do consume some carbs, like in summer sausage,
Okay.
breakfast sausage, and I guess salami and beef jerky. So there's still
Yeah.
meats, in my opinion. It's not like I just went straight to the bread,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. That's it. I mean,
whatever.
there's carb and there's carb, and I always say do what works for you. There's this huge vein of kind of you know the carnivore police that will come for you and be like you're not doing the right thing and da-da-da. And it's just like why does that really matter to you as a human being? The carnivore diet that you're on should matter to one person, and that's you. And
Mhm.
if the way that you eat makes you feel great, it gets you to your goals, who cares?
Right. Yeah, I have to be careful because I don't know if can blame that on. I still have this belly pack I'm working on, and it's
Oh,
getting my
my one
belly's
pack,
very
yeah.
flat, but it's still enough fat to hang over my abs to cover them up. I'm like, you damn belly pack.
Yeah.
So I'm working on it. I'm very close. It's my goal is to see my abs. I'm very very close. So hopefully within the next week or two I'll get something poking through. That'd be nice. Marvin, JT needs some beef ribeye. I can smell it. Cooked from East Texas. Okay, yeah. I just cooked up some ribeye tonight. Have you ever had beef bacon?
No, that's another thing that's really hard to get in Australia. I would probably have to talk to my butcher about it. He's amazing and does.
Yeah, they
the
would
back
hook
end
you
of
up.
my core.
I guarantee you'd be walking out. Is you just gotta. My coach taught me willingly ask and graciously receive. So ask them for some of those belly cuts on the cow, and I'm sure they'd hook you up.
Oh,
It's just a
so
belly cut,
good.
so it'd be
Okay.
like from the brisket, like it's brisket bacon.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah. I see pictures and I hear things, and I mean, I love pork bacon, but it doesn't always make me feel the best. So I'll try and swap that for pork belly slices. So there's, nothing happening in there. But the one I get from my butcher is very clean, very good. But
It's
yeah,
nice for
beef
lion
bacon.
diet too. If you don't want to
Yeah,
get off for pork, and then you just eat the beef bacon, and then you're still on the lion diet.
yeah.
So it is possible. You just gotta think outside the bacon box. I have to try a pacemaker pizza the next time my brother comes over. We're just talking about that today. Have you tried Rick's heart attack chicken?
Ooh, no. Do
Just
tell.
get some beef tallow and that you're
Yeah.
gonna fry up the chicken in. Make sure you get like, maybe at least 2 pounds of beef tallow. And then you want to get some fryer thighs, some chicken thighs or chicken legs with a lot of. I look for like the thighs that have the most skin hanging on them, and then you throw
Oh,
them in
yeah.
the beef tallow. Ooh, and you wait till they start to float up and get crispy, and you wait till they look really crispy. And you don't need KFC, you don't need nothing.
Oh, that sounds bomb. Yeah,
And
I
it's
just
and it's
made
sale chicken. It's on sale. I mean, and it's like really addicting.
yeah. There's something amazing about what you can do with simple carnivore ingredients that just like it tastes better than anything you would get at a restaurant or a fast food joint, and you know exactly what's going into your body.
Baroness channel has 2 videos about chicken pizza and pork crackle chicken fillet.
I
You
do.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I made a
awesome.
carnivore pizza on the channel, and I just made carnivore crumb chicken, which seriously, that stuff is mind blowing. Beware, it's very addictive.
So you got the video on there if I wanted
I
to.
do. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. The pizza is so delicious. Yeah, he's talking about his pacemaker pizza. You fry up. I think it's ground. You take the chicken and eggs, and I think you put it in a blender, and then
Oh,
he
yep, yep.
fries that pizza crust up in a little bit of tallow. Just put some down to fry it, and then
Ooh,
oof, it does sound pretty good.
you had me at tallow.
Yeah, right. It is good. I get mine now from the local butcher, and they usually have them. Karen, what's up? What's up, my
Hey,
Tiger Gang here?
Karen.
Let's see. Okay, going through these here. Yeah, do the video, and if you do a video, or if you do try the heart attack chicken, do a video on it, Alicia. And
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I will.
oh, here we go. Standard commercial cuts of kangaroo are thighs, back straps, and tails. Also, kangaroo is very lean. There's not much meat on a kangaroo. Huh.
Yeah,
They do look
yep.
like buff little bastards.
Yeah, they're pretty mean, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we've
No,
seen
I wouldn't
kangaroos
want to
fight.
cross one.
Yeah.
Jerome, we're in Wisconsin. And there's no escaping sausage. Oh, you're in Wisconsin too. Okay. Yeah, there's no escaping sausage. Yeah. Yeah, I don't go to the Quick Trip, but a lot of these restaurants here have like really good breakfast sausage, and it's hard to not order it. I'll get like bacon, sausage, and eggs, and then I'm like, whatever. If I had a couple carbs, carb police, come get me. Pork rinds. You eat pork rinds?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I use pork rinds to make that carnivore crumb chicken. I have a kilo. I don't know what that is to
That sounds like
pounds.
you're doing drugs.
You should
Got a
see the bag.
kilo of it, no biggie.
It's a little bit Scarface like. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, no, I do. I don't really snack, so like sitting there eating pork rinds feels weird to me. But I will incorporate them into meals. So like if I'm making puffles or something like that, or a recipe calls for it. But yeah, do love pork rinds.
I've seen people been using them to make their breaded chicken.
Yeah, yep, it's exactly what I did. Yeah.
Got to be careful. Some of them will actually cook that up in seed oils.
Oh yeah, you've got to make sure it's just pork rinds cooked in pure lard. That's it.
Yep.
There's seed
Absolutely.
oils, the fillers. They'll even again add rice flour to stuff like that if they can get away with it. It's like the a laundry list of garbage a lot of the time when you go to the supermarket. You know, you look at it and you go, oh, okay, that's carnivore friendly or keto friendly or whatever. And you turn it over and it's just like, what is this Frankenstein chemical cocktail I'm looking at? I'm like, do I want that in my body? Hell no.
Yeah, we had mini corn dogs in the freezer for my son. I was like, just for shits and giggles, I want to look at the ingredients. Holy moly. It was like
Yeah.
there had to be at least 100 different ingredients in mini corn dogs. I was like, you're
Yeah.
kidding me. This is disgusting, man.
And they all probably have weird names that you cannot even pronounce. It's like, if
I
you
don't know
can't
what half
pronounce
of it
it,
is.
don't eat it.
I don't know what half of it is or how they got it to taste how it tastes, edible. I'm sure if you
Yeah.
separated all this stuff, it might not be good, but how they do that stuff, I have no idea.
Yeah. I used to
Look
say that
for
about
foods.
foods. I'd be like, separate out the ingredients. Would you eat all these things on their own? And chances are you probably wouldn't. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely not. Yeah, I'm looking for cues, folks, here. Otherwise, I'll just pick it up here. We got just a lot of chit chatting going on here. So, what are some carnivore goals that you've got now? Because see, for me, I just wanted to heal first, and then once I did, I wanted to lose a little bit of weight, and then now I want to see my abs. So my carnivore goals keep changing. What are yours looking like?
Yeah. Look, I think as time goes on and the levels of healing in your body happen, you'll kind of find that the goalposts shift a little bit. I think for me at the moment now, my main focus is in line with my mental health. So really creating calm there and making sure that my diet is supportive of that. And I think just consistency, really, at the end of the day. I've been carnivore now for 17 months and I don't feel the urge to tweak or really change anything because it's still working for me just as well. But yeah, I think it's and also supporting my hormonal health. You know, I'm a woman of a certain age, and we need to make sure, and particularly someone like me who comes from this really hardcore binge restrict background, a lot of really heavy crash dieting, things like, just starving my body, laxative abuse, anything that you could possibly do that's damaging to your body in the pursuit of health, I've probably done it. So yeah, it's more the focus is not on the aesthetics. I spent, of course, everyone wants to look good and fit and athletic and all that type of stuff. Nothing wrong with that. But I spent so many years of my life with that being the focus, that that's had its time for me. And now it's about health working from the inside out.
Absolutely. We mentioned earlier that I think there's more women actually on this carnivore diet than there are men. And do you think it's important for other women to at least consider doing the carnivore diet?
Look, I think if you're a woman that is struggling with hormonal issues or you come from some kind of disordered eating background or there are issues around that for you, 100% the carnivore diet, as I said, it's not going to be the fix for everyone, but it will really support you in that mission.
Absolutely. Yeah. I just been interviewing women left and right, and then the men I'm just like hearing crickets from lately. And when I first started chatting with carnivores, it was mostly dudes, but now
Mm,
it's a lot of women, and nothing against it. I'm just very surprised. I figured from a man's point, like, well, it's kind of like seems like a dude diet, like it's a lot of steak and
Food diet.
bacon, and but the girls
Yeah,
are
yeah,
just picking up the ball and they're running with it, like, love it.
yeah. I actually, yeah, thought it was quite a manly man diet at first too, and I don't even know why I thought that. Maybe it's because, like meat caveman. But wow, yeah, the amount of women in the carnivore space, and it's growing, and it's great to see. And then they all come from different backgrounds, have different histories, and it's amazing to hear their stories. I hear a lot of them on my channel in the comments, and it's beautiful to connect with those people and see them sharing and see the joy around carnivore. And that's what it should be. You know, it shouldn't be this stressful, involved thing. It should just be this easy thing that slots into your lifestyle.
Absolutely. We got a question here from Susie Underwood. Question: what are your go-to ways for celebrating holidays/birthdays in the carnivore style?
For me, every birthday I would just go out for a big steak. I'll look for a restaurant that I
You
know.
just had a birthday, didn't you?
I did the big 43 in October.
Yeah, you
And
don't look like it, that's for sure.
thank you. I don't act like it either. I'm a total child. But you got to be young at heart, I say. Yeah,
Absolutely.
this birthday I went out for a steak. I went out for I had a strip loin, I think, and asked for a side of butter, and I had some cheese. I think it was burrata cheese,
Hmm.
um, as my starter, and that was beautiful. And as a former sugar addict, you would think that my brain would be like, let's make a carnivore dessert. And there are some amazing carnivore desserts out there that you can make if you feel like you want that element. But I don't crave that at all. Like my brain just doesn't even go, I need to round this off with something that my brain perceives as sweet, or that is kind of celebratory. Like the event of just sitting down and having a beautiful piece of meat with family and friends. Yeah, that's what I'm there for.
Are you gonna eat before you go to like Thanksgiving? Like, or are you gonna tell them like, hey, I need some sort of meat there, or how are you operating it?
Well, yeah, Thanksgiving just isn't an Australian thing, but in
Oh,
line with that,
that's right. You told
yeah,
me
yeah.
that.
But you know
I'll pick up. I'll
that's a
pick
good
up.
question. But if I am going to an event, you know, if I know the host and I feel comfortable and all that kind of stuff, I'm pretty like in everyone's face with my carnivory. Like I don't feel the urge to hide it and be apologetic about it. I think it should be celebrated. And it's like if somebody has, you know, a gluten intolerance or X, Y, and Z, it's okay to bring that to the table. Yet people kind of like are a bit hesitant about carnivore. I think because it's skewed from the norm, and there is a bit of judgment, you know, around it. To be fair, because people just cannot understand the concept of just eating meat and animal products. So I'll ask what people are prepping, and I'll offer to bring something that's suitable for me. If they don't have an option, or I might choose to.
Oh no. Hopefully we didn't lose her.
If I'm going to a, and I'll know exactly what I'm going to order before I get there.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Prep at home. Prep at home.
Yeah.
Now, what other holidays do you guys don't have? Do you guys got Halloween?
Yeah, but I wish it was like Halloween in the States. Like we've just got like the very average version. I even forgot it was Halloween this year, and I'm like, I'm an ex-goth, right? And I'm obsessed with horror films, and I love all that kind of stuff, and I'm into pop culture. And I looked down the street, and there was a kid in a white sheet, and I was like, why is that kid in a sheet? And I was like, oh, it's Halloween. That's just how like it is here. But we do the same thing. Like I'll only really clock that it's Halloween because A, I want to watch a horror movie, and B, because the supermarkets are just awash with Halloween candy displays.
Mm.
Like it's just saturation and color. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that thing is happening. So we'll dip our toe into Halloween. We do Christmas like everyone else. We have Australia Day, things like that. So,
Australia
yeah,
Day. I
Australia
love
Day.
it.
Yes.
Love it.
Which is a
Which,
lot of people getting together, drinking a lot of alcohol because, well,
well,
look,
most
that's
holidays,
national
that's an
pastime.
excuse, right, to get together and
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah.
What's your favorite scary movie? You said you like scary movies, and that's from a
What's
scary
your
movie. What's
favorite
your
scary
favorite
movie?
scary movie?
That's really hard. One of the movies that I've seen recently that I love is Midsummer. That like floored me. I was like
I've never
not
seen that
expecting that
one.
at all. Oh, yeah, that and Hereditary are great. Probably my favorite horror movie of all time is The Exorcist, the original.
Ooh, yeah, you like.
That
See,
still
The Evil Dead
terrifies
would
me.
creep me out a little bit more than The Exorcist. Like the like that thing's
Ah,
underneath the floorboard, and it's like, ugh,
Dead by Dawn. Yeah,
yeah, it's like,
yeah.
ah. But I do like the Bruce Campbell. I love pretty much everything he's in.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's like Army of Darkness. That was another
Yeah,
good lead off of those. That was
such
good.
a classic.
Hmm.
Such a
I'd
classic.
say my favorite is probably the first Scream movie. It was just
Good
such a
choice.
classic, you know. It was the debut of that mask, the phone calls, the you know, and then you don't know who it is. It's got that classic who is it, and then it's a bunch of high schoolers having sex, then
Yeah,
getting murdered. It was the classic horror film. And then to me, they put other horror films like they were watching Halloween in that movie. So it was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
it was such a good movie the way they did it. I like when scary movies show other scary movies in the
yeah.
movie. Does that make sense?
They're referencing. Yeah, totally. Yeah, the first Scream was fantastic, and then it kind of just went, yay! Oh, sad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have not seen. I think the newest two ones that dropped because my son is 2 years old. So
Wait a
so,
few years. Wait a few years.
yeah, yeah. So anything that's come out in the last 2 years, I really have not seen it except for the new Paw Patrol movie. That I'm all about that. That's for
Well,
sure.
that's terrifying. So, you know.
Baroness of Beef. You sound like me. Okay.
Hey, Scooby.
You don't look old enough to be of a certain age. They're getting
Well,
on you.
thank
They
you.
think
Thank
you're
you very much.
lying. She's 33, but says
I
she's
should
43. Yeah, she's up to something over here, guys.
stop it, Aid. Such a troublemaker you are. I was like, wait, I can get out my license. Yeah, no,
I
born
hate
born
my
1980.
license photo. I absolutely hate it. Like I was like so many. I can't
Yeah,
even make the chin now because I've lost so much weight. But like I had such a I looked like I was scared with this big double chin in the photo. Like it looked horrible.
they're no one ever has a glamour shot. It's like fugly mug shots. And
It's like
in
programmed
mine,
into
I'm in
that
shock.
computer, the camera or
Yeah,
something. And I don't think it takes a good photo of
it
anybody,
does.
honestly.
It's horrible. It's like serial killer mugshot lighting.
No, I look like a criminal in my photo. Like if a cop, like pulled me over and looked at you, he'd be like, "Yeah, I don't know about this dude. Like, don't judge me off that photo, man. It was a bad day. I wasn't on
Yeah, I just got.
Carnivore then, that's for sure."
Well, you'll have to get a new one or like an ID card and compare and just be like, hey,
Yeah,
it's another
when it runs
benefit, better
out,
photos.
I'm gonna redo it, and I'll dress my best, and I'll go there, and I'm gonna just set the DNR on a flame, and they won't know nothing. You have to get a new one, JT. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I look terrible. I look so. You could see the inflammation in my body compared to now. It's amazing. Are you snoring on your carnivore diet?
Am I snoring?
Yeah, because a lot of people stop snoring
No.
within like the first week.
I've never really been a snorer. I mean, at one stage of my life, I was morbidly obese, and I'm pretty sure that I snored then. I had so much pressure on my belly. This is back when I was drinking. And I probably made all kinds of noises and had health complications in that regard. But no, I don't think I do. I probably just like lightly scuzz. I don't know how to describe it every now and then deep sleep. But yeah, no snores for me, as far as I know.
Now you said you're an ex-goth.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did you get into being a goth?
Probably just to piss my mom off. I don't know. No, I just
Was it the
there was
bands
always
you were listening to, or what were you listening to?
yeah, it was that. I loved the dressing. I was like really into Interview with the Vampire and Dracula, and I actually went to a screening of Interview with the Vampire when it came out at the cinema, and it was just a wash with goths. And I'm not talking like hot topic kind of goths, no shade, but I'm talking like we have spent so much money on our corsetry, on our like skirts, like they're all done up in this like almost Victoriana, and they were just so beautiful. And I went home and I was like, that's it, and dyed my hair black and like put on lots of eyeliner and stuff like that. And yeah, I used to love it, go out dancing to the clubs. And, it was that I'm a cosplayer. So I think that was kind of my foray into the love of cosplay as well, because it was all so theatrical and you could go to a club and just almost put on a mask and step out of yourself for the night. So I really enjoyed that element of it. I mean, I love a lot of the music that plays in the clubs. I've always liked metal and rock and stuff like that, and more of the old school goth club music. So yeah, it's just I'm not where I was, with my thinly plucked eyebrows. They're still pencil thin. I have to now draw them on every day. Thank you, 1993. Um, but yeah, there's little elements of that darkness still there. I'm always going to have a little bit of that edge and a love for that stuff. But yeah, that led me also into being a makeup artist because I loved special effects and I wanted to be able to create my own, sort of creature stuff and gore and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all kind of encompassing for me.
That's awesome. I'm surprised you haven't tried to like get in a scary movie or something.
Get into a scary movie?
Yeah, like they got to chase a lot of girls around.
Oh, I can run arms flailing the wrong
Yeah,
way
and
up the
scream
stairs
and get
instead of
get a
out the
nice big
door.
check for it.
Yeah, I can do that for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being in a scary movie one as long as I can play the bad guy.
Nice. Yeah, the villains are always the most interesting people.
Yeah, I get to wear some sort of mask or something. I was actually Ghostface for Halloween this year.
Nice.
And my wife, she wore my bacon suit. My son, he was Marshall from Paw Patrol. So we had quite
Cute.
the group. Old school rock and heavy metal. So what are you listening to when you're
Yeah.
when you're working out?
A lot of the time it is I have a metal playlist or a heavy kind of rock one. A lot of Rob Zombie. I love training to Rob Zombie. Marilyn Manson, Ramstein, gosh, the list goes on and on. Sometimes, and I have a really like aggressive rap and hip hop one that just like gets me pumped. Yo. And sometimes it's just 80s music. Like it depends on the vibe and what I'm training, but I kind of want music that makes me feel like I'm going to smash through a wall. Like that's what I need. That pumps me up.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I met
Yeah.
Rob Zombie and then John Five.
No.
Yep, yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I used to do
I'm
music, so
jealous.
I met a lot of those guys. I got to meet Marilyn Manson, and he was actually a very nice guy, and offered me.
Yeah.
They ordered chilies, and I was like, "Dude, I'm not going to eat your chilies." He was like, "You sure you can have some?" I'm like, "No, I'm all good, man. I'm all good."
JT, why? That was the opportunity. I would have been like, okay,
Yeah, give me that burger. He's skinny.
love
I
you,
figured
Marilyn.
he needed it. He's a little
Yeah,
guy.
he probably did at the time.
I just saw Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper. Fantastic.
Oh
Nice.
man.
Yeah,
Oh,
Carrie, she's really into her rock bands. She can paint
awesome.
some really cool artwork too from these bands. Like
Yeah.
on canvas and stuff.
Oh, yes. Go the metal.
Yeah, she was I think she said Rush was one of her favorite bands. Rush and
Oh,
Kid.
nice choice.
Mm-hmm. Now over here, these guys, they're not Kiss, but everybody thinks they got ripped off or they ripped Kiss off. ICP,
Oh,
the clown.
oh yes. Yes.
Yeah. You guys heard about them in Australia? I don't know if they tour much out in
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah. My younger brother went through a stage of complete obsession and I had no idea what he was talking about. And then I Googled it and I was like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever floats your boat.
Couple clowns from Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Now, what would be, I would say, 3 tips you could give someone who's just starting out the carnivore diet?
Oh, distill it down to three. Keep your expectations realistic. Second one would be just focus on you. Cut out the white noise. Don't worry about what everyone around you is doing, what somebody says you should do. Do what works for your body. And three, allow yourself to relax and enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. Be there, be present with it.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are just too tense. They get upset about the looking at the scale or
Oh, the scale is garbage.
yeah, yeah, it's rubbish. It's rubbish.
It's
Throw it out,
rubbish.
right?
Yeah.
Throw it out.
Yeah. I actually threw my Fitbit out. I only get on the scales just for shits and giggles now. It's like that's another thing I love. It's so freeing. Like I'm not tethered to these apps that beep and carry on and tell me what I should be doing. It's like, no, I'm in charge now.
Mm,
My life, my rules. I'm not. It it got to the point where I was so obsessed with numbers, and that probably comes a lot from bodybuilding, like really tracking, really micromanaging. And if that works for a lot of people, 100% go for it. But for me, I just felt chained and shackled to it, and I was like beholden to an item rather than myself. So yeah, if you feel like those kinds of things elicit anxiety for you, and you feel like that all your focus is going on hitting certain numbers, just try even dropping it for a week and see how your headspace feels. I guarantee you will feel better.
absolutely. Now, I felt like I was getting a little too skinny on this diet, so I wanted to build some muscle, especially around my ass. I sit on my tailbone now all the time. Like I lost my
Build the
ass on this
booty.
diet. But my question for you is, in your opinion, do you think people I've been talking to, some bodybuilders, they don't really think I can put on 50 pounds of muscle on the carnivore diet. They think that I need some sort of carbs in my diet. Do you agree with that?
Not no, no. I think you can do amazing things with your body with a species specific diet, and it provides you with all the nutrients you need. You've got all the fuel coming in. Carbohydrate is not essential, and if the body wants it, it can make it itself through gluconeogenesis.
Hmm. All right, I'm gonna take your advice because I want to put on 50 pounds of muscle. I was at 165 and I want to go up to 215.
Ah, okay, yeah. Look, pick up the weight, start lifting, eat enough, sleep enough, and watch for the changes. And if you're naturally building muscle, that's going to take time and it's going to take effort. But yeah, you can do incredible things on a
Hmm.
carnivore diet with your physique.
I was hoping two years I could do it. I don't know. It's pretty ambitious. I don't know if I can put on 50 pounds in 2 years. You think I can do it?
I don't know, man, but I'm keen to see this journey for you. You've come such a long way, and you look incredible, and you must feel incredible. So yeah, can't wait to see you shine there.
Yeah, it's like I just think people should keep setting new goals. There's nothing wrong with once you feel
Yeah,
good to keep moving. And this is such a great diet. You're gonna have a lot of new goals once you reach your first goals. I mean, I never had things like that on any other diet than this diet. Diet is just helping me level up and level up, and I'm
yeah.
just so grateful for it. Um, would you take $1 million if I gave it to you to go back to the standard Australian diet?
Hell no. No, no, no. Not in a
It's a lot of
million years.
money.
It's a lot of money. I'll take the $1 million, but I'll keep eating steak if that's all right with you.
No, 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 no. I'd have to take it back.
Dang it. Yeah, no. There's I can't even imagine going back to being almost in tears when I walked. Horrible cycles, just completely in a different space. No. No, there is no going back now.
Absolutely, I wouldn't take it either. My health is it's way more valuable to me than what good is the
Yeah.
money if I'm on my way out?
That's it.
You know, what good is it? Now we got someone else here. They said what is it? My daughter gave me a Fitbit. I do wear it, but sometimes it stays on the charger for a few days. Ooh, Carrie. Can be interesting to see the numbers if I don't stress it. Well, you said you
Yeah.
get a lot of steps in anyways with your job, so
Yeah.
you're not worried
Yeah,
about
it's good.
the
It's good,
Fitbit.
if you use it kind of as a tool that's just gives you some relevant data, I think that's great. But I think if you're like staring at it going, "Oh my gosh, I have to do exactly what this thing says," and a lot of people start to think that they're a failure because they're not doing things that this piece of electronic equipment is telling them to do. And it's just like for some people, I think it's a good thing just to if you don't really care and you're not really invested, but it gives you some numbers and things that are useful for you, then yeah, great.
Absolutely. Rick, 40-year carnivore. $1 million is not enough to eat duck food. Oh, Rick, give me that duck food, man.
Nope. No.
Now, in your opinion, how important do you think this Healing Humanity documentary is going to be? What impact do you think it's going to make?
Look, I think the more the message can get out there, the better. And I love the fact that there's such a growing chorus of voices, and it's voices from all around the world. And yeah, I'm really excited, really excited.
Voices even down under.
Even down under. That's not even what my accent sounds like, but yeah, that's,
That's your British Australian accent.
it kind of is. I don't know what that was.
Uh, we'll call it Ottish, Australian
Octish.
British, Ottish. I like combining things,
Yeah, I
words, and
like that.
then seeing what we come up with. Now, before we go, I want to pull up your channel one more time here, give people a chance to go subscribe. If you guys could go over to Alicia's channel and subscribe to the Baroness of Beef, the one and only.
I would love to see you there, guys. Thanks for coming today.
Hey, there you look a little goth there.
Yeah,
I'll have
to
to
a
watch
Rob
that
Zombie
one.
song. Yeah, I get ideas at stupid o'clock at night and that make me laugh or amusing to me, and then I inflict them upon the internet.
Yeah, I do that quite a bit, and there's usually quite a backlash on my shorts. That's for sure.
It's fun. That's probably where the most negativity comes from. On my YouTube channel is my shorts.
Yeah, no,
I'm
for
like,
real. I
oh,
think it's a younger audience on the shorts than the long form.
yeah,
My long form content usually goes out to more adults than the shorts. I mark the shorts not made for kids, and what does YouTube
I do
do?
too.
They send them all out to kids. I don't understand the YouTube policies sometimes. I really don't. But
Yeah.
we uh we're gonna do what we do. Now, before we head out, what's on your heart? What would you like to speak to the people about while they're going over and subscribing to your channel?
I would just like to say, if anyone wants to come across, I would love to have you in our little community over there. It's full of people that are just all about the joy of carnivore, that love to share their experiences, share their stories, and it's all about connection and having a little bit of a giggle at the same time. So yeah, come on over and see the Baron.
Go on over, you guys. Make sure you go. Yes, it was a great interview because she's got a great story, and thankfully, people like Alicia come on here and put themselves out there and share their stories, and it helps me actually have a podcast. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting here picking my nose in front of you guys, and I wouldn't have any good stories to share. And these aren't just great stories; they are life-saving stories because somebody's going to hear these stories and they're going to be like, wow, that sounds like me, and wow, I can do that too. Like, there's nothing wrong with seeing Dr. Chafee and everybody else kill it, but when we got all these other voices, like Alicia was saying, that are coming out of the woodworks now, it
Mm.
makes for such a beautiful thing that's going on with this healing humanity and chatting with carnivores. It's my way to help you guys and help myself because I love sharing these stories. So I appreciate you coming on here, Alicia. This has been a blast. Can't believe an hour is gone already.
I know. This was so much fun. Thank you so much for having me on, and thanks to everyone for the great questions. Yeah, this has just set me up to have an amazing day. Thank you.
Absolutely, a lot of good energy. Thanks for the great
Thanks,
interview.
Jerome.
Deb, subscribe. Thank you, Deb. You're the
Thanks,
best,
Deb.
man.
Welcome to my world.
Yes, wonderful live. Thank you, JT and Alicia.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Susie.
Susie.
My Metamorphosis sub. Thank you. Thank you. You guys
Yes,
are awesome.
I will
Telling you, the
sub you back.
carnivore community is just amazing. Now, quick before we go, we got 2 minutes here.
Sure.
What are some upcoming plans for what can we expect from the channel?
Oh, I don't know. Look, I'm thinking eventually of dipping my toe into interviews. I'm kind of toying with that. I think there's going to be more recipe videos coming up. I told you I've got my Scarface bag of pork rinds. What am I going to do with that? Make more meals and make more content. I will talk a little bit about my trauma recovery journey with carnivore. There's some content around that, and it's just about having fun, man. Just letting go and having fun. I think there's a lot of really serious stuff that happens in the world, and carnivore is a little piece of joy for me. So I'm going to keep putting that out there.
Absolutely. I agree with you. We got to spread more. There's enough people that spread negativity, and the more people focused on positive, the better.
Yeah,
Scooby the dog.
100%.
Yes, thank you, Baroness. Looking forward to watching your content. Yeah, I'm looking
Thanks,
forward to.
Ruby.
And I want to see some of these recipes you got.
Yes, you will be hungry.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look up the ones you do got up there. That's for sure. Because I even though I just ate, I am getting hungry again. I'm
Me
telling you.
too.
I
Let's
feel
go
like
eat.
when you first started the carnivore diet, did you eat less meat than you can now in this stage?
No, I ate more.
You ate more. See, I can
Yeah.
eat so much more now. When I first started, it was like a quarter or half of a ribeye, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm good." Now I'm like, I eat a whole ribeye. I'm like, "Where's the next ribeye?" Is that
Yeah.
normal?
Yeah, completely. Yeah. A lot of people experience that. Yeah. No, I was because my leptin and ghrelin and my hormones were so tanked and damaged in the beginning, I just had no shut off. So easily a kilo of meat a day, easily, plus all the extra eggs and butter and cheese and stuff like that. But now I just eat to appetite. Like I don't even, yeah, I don't even really think about portions or anything like that. I don't really weigh anything. And, like I said, I just don't track. I just eat and enjoy.
Eat and enjoy, like Alicia says.
Eat and
I'm
enjoy.
eating kilo after kilo after kilo after kilo of steak, you guys, and I just love it. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop.
Yep, I'm with
Never.
you.
Well, you guys, I had a blast. Would you come back on in the future and for
Oh,
update
yes.
video?
Yes, please. I would love this. Yes.
Cool. Cool. And if any of you ladies out there want her on your show as well, if it's okay with you, I can always pass
Oh,
on
yeah.
your info or their info to you, whatever you prefer.
Absolutely. If you want to contact me, my email is in my bio on my channel, or you can get in touch with JT.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, you guys, that's it for this episode. My coach always says the first law of learning is repetition, folks. So please go and replay this video. There's value in Alicia and there's value in her story. And I appreciate you guys. The links for Healing Humanity, if you want to go donate to the Healing Humanity GoFundMe, the links are in the description. Her channel link is in the description. So anything you guys can do to help that documentary, I would appreciate it. Thank you and goodbye, guys. I appreciate it. Rick, I'll do my